Oh, no. Ooh!
Look at that.
Look at that. I love it.
You know, actually, this is the first live stream I've ever done.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, funsies. So, well, now we here. Now we here. We live. We're doing it. Hello! How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Brotherhood of Geeks State of Play Watch Along. I'm one of your hosts, Brett J. Rasmussen, and over here I got my other co-host,
Guru Blaz.
Yeah, what is up, Guru Blaz?
Oh, not too much, man. Just
Woo!
hanging out.
Yeah. Oh, we got everything going. Got to see a little bit behind the scenes kind of stuff. Let's see. Yeah, we got the mic going. Got the video capture. We got all this going.
If we didn't have the mic going, I think it'd be a very interpretive performance then.
Oh man, yeah, because that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, so but yeah, I'm just making sure that everything is working. This is yep, we got all this. Got have it going. Yeah, I know I'm repeating myself, but I just want to make sure it looks all nice because from what I'm seeing on my end, it's a little bit backwards or whatever.
Right.
So. Or I'm further ahead in the timeline
Sure.
than the internet is.
You better make sure you got that state of play queued up, though.
Oh yeah, I'm aware.
Ready.
Gotta make sure that this right here is all good and set. Cause
No, I'm excited to see what they're gonna have, just because it's gonna be just them focusing on themselves as opposed to trying to outdo anybody like they would at E3.
yeah, that's kind of what makes this really interesting. Is,
Also, if it's going to be like a bare bones, like, you know, just like trailers and maybe a description or something, or if they're going to, like, you know, do something entertaining and embellish, you know,
yeah.
because it's the first one, so they gotta make it special.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. So what are you most excited for? What would you like to see?
I want to see Cyberpunk. I want to see Ghost of Tsushima. I want to see Last of Us 2. Release dates would be great.
That would be great.
I want to at least, if nothing else, just kind of have them be mentioned in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, I mean, those are like my most anticipated games.
Yeah.
And it'd also be cool to have anything about the PS5.
Ooh, yeah. This might be where we have talked about on our PlayStation podcast, DualShock, where you know, them leaving E3 might be also them announcing new hardware. But mind you, what we have heard in the news about this is that it's new announcements, new PS4 games, and new PSVR games.
Yeah, they said they're going to be trailers as well. So I mean, for all I know, there could be new stuff that I don't even know that I want that they're going to show. That's another thing.
Yeah, that's definitely very true. So, but yeah. We also have the live chat open, so if you guys want to speak to us, we can see everything. So,
I always see everything.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, at all times.
It's because of all that meditation.
Yep. It's the oneness, the oneness with the universe.
The oneness with the universe.
You can hate on me all you want, but until you reach enlightenment, you ain't got anything to say.
Oh, okay.
Hold up. Check that.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what we got. Let's see. Current resolution is.
Dude, you don't got your video resolution?
Shut up,
optimal,
man!
bro?
Yes, I do.
This is some Bush League shit. Come on.
Okay, well, I'm sorry that I'm using the most powerful stuff. I'm sorry. Jesus
Yeah, you
Christ.
better be sorry.
Oh, Jesus, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you better be.
Gotta make sure that all this is
We'll come
going.
over there.
I don't know. What are you gonna do?
I want to make you regret your decisions. And I'm just leave it at that.
You're gonna make me regret my decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
I assume that it'll probably start at like 15.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because right now I haven't seen anything, but
Well, you can close that.
that's what I'm trying to do. I don't know. It's trying to close.
Way to go, dude.
Hey man, we're trying to get this going. Trying to do this.
Mm-mm.
You're losing your mind. It looks
No,
like
it's already lost.
it's already lost.
It makes the transition easier.
Just to already lose it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because then you never have to worry about losing it. The less you have,
There we go.
the more you have.
Great. That's just great.
It is great.
Awesome. Well, I will definitely have to say what I'm definitely excited for. What I want to see is definitely more Last of Us Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost of Tsushima, of course. Probably we're going to see some more Death Stranding.
Yeah,
probably.
that'd be cool
We're
to
probably
see.
gonna see more of that.
Or at least something about it.
I'm trying to see. Again, I would love to see if they have any new hardware. What would you want out of like a PSVR game? Like they said they want to announce.
Well, I don't have
PSVR
PSVR, but like
I mean, I do.
It's great for you. I mean, what do you mean by want out of a PSVR?
Meaning, like, what game would you like to see come to the PSVR? Or what kind of game?
I suppose. I mean, I think a fighting game should be on the VR, like a true like where you fight against other people on VR.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you could do something. I mean, it would be pretty rudimentary, but I have no doubt that you could do something like that. I mean, like with there's games like Arms or like Dive Kick, or like I feel like you could make a simple brawler, and it would just be, you could like block and you could strike with your hands to some degree. I think something like that. I've yet to see anything.
Creed is a.
Yeah, it's a boxing game, and I'm talking like not a boxing game. Fighting game.
I want a fighting game that doesn't.
Maybe you could push a button to activate a kick or something, like so that you could have a little bit more. I mean, it'd be cool if there was combos too, like if you could like land a succession of hits, like it initiates like a power boost or something.
Yeah,
something like that.
But yeah, no, that would be right.
What do you want to see at the VR?
What I want to see out of VR, it would definitely be. I love like flight simulators.
I'm not in that camp.
Oh man, flight simulators in VR are fun.
I mean, in VR maybe, but it's like I tried playing. What was it? Ace Combat, not 6, but like 5, I believe it was, and I don't know, like. It's cool, but there's not enough to it for me. Like, I mean, I could barely figure out where I was going half the time, because it is like a true kind of flight simulator. I'd rather be like a third person in a plane and then, doing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
If I had to pick between the two.
Yeah, I get you there. So, but yeah, got to first like live stream through YouTube, because definitely doing that. We've done it through Twitch. We're doing it on YouTube this time. Going to see how that works out. Yeah. Getting some, not too bad. Not too bad.
Well, I'm just like, I mean, I'm just curious to know when it's going to start.
Yeah, no, it is definitely odd, because it should be, they said 2 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern, which for us, we live in Wisconsin, so we live in the Central Time Zone, which would be 4 for us.
Right.
So...
I mean, well, yeah, in 3 minutes it'll be 1:45, so hopefully it pops
Hopefully it pops up.
Do you have a way to just integrate it or something?
Yeah, yep, I have it all ready, all set up. I just need to pull up. I need to have it pull up on here.
You need to pull up your big boy pants.
Oh, got to do that.
He's gonna hurt himself.
I already hurt myself. Ow! God
See?
damn it!
I told you you're gonna hurt yourself.
Shut up!
See, this is where that all-knowing thing comes in handy.
All-knowing thing comes in hand?
You thought I was kidding.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Thought I was friggin' kidding.
I was it was so cold.
Yeah.
Because you got to drink, you got some water, and it needed to be frozen.
Frozen?
Yep.
Hydration. Water is key, and if you ain't drinking water, you're fucking up. Just saying. But let's see. I'm thinking like, I really hope that they do something, I don't know, like skit wise. I think that would be kind of fun.
Excuse me.
I feel like it'd be like there's so many things they could do.
You could do
all the titles they have to draw, and they could definitely do
I think I would love to see like new IPs.
Like if someone comes out dressed as Sekiro, I think I'll lose my mind.
Of course.
That'd be something, or like Dante or something.
I think, but I think what would be even more rad or more awesome is if I would love to see new IPs. I would really want to see new IPs, but then interviews.
That's what makes it so hard to say, like, what am I anticipating? Because it's like there could be a bunch of stuff that I just don't even know about until I get told.
That's what makes this even more exciting. Like, this is like PlayStation's like first like PlayStation Direct. Although, if you do not remember, do you remember Core? Q-O-R-E on the PS3? It was kind of like it was a PlayStation Direct way back in the day, like back in like when the PS3 first came out, and they would be like on the PS3. it would be like, oh, this new game comes out. It was kind of like a video magazine kind of thing.
Okay.
So they would like go ahead and like if a new game came out, they would like go, oh, hey, it's this game, Uncharted, and they would go ahead and you would see clips and interviews and stuff like that. So it was a video magazine.
Was it live or was it just like something they released like?
They released
okay,
that kind of thing.
Who was in the video, or was it just a video of the footage or something?
It's like video of the footage, interviews, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
It's so.
I want someone to swing onto stage in a Nathan Drake outfit and then just start the presentation.
Yeah, that would be rad. That would definitely be
Definitely.
Good. Definitely. So yeah, so we're 15.
We're almost there, folks.
Almost there, guys. We're almost there. Again,
we're waiting just as much as you. Trust me.
But yeah, I mean, this is definitely just very interesting. Because you want to see bits, you want to see things that placed like. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know how to even go about talking about this because it's so. It's so new. It's so like for them, and not
such a genius move to start it a half an hour before it starts without having anything to talk about. But I'll have to just make do, I suppose.
You're just giving me crap.
Yeah, because I can, and it's free.
It's free.
Which are the only two reasons one needs to do something, really.
It's free real estate.
But what if Tim and Eric are in there? Would that be something?
Oh God!
I remember a buddy of mine went to go see Tim and Eric live, and he got pretty drunk, so he doesn't remember most of it.
Of course,
he said it was just nuts. It was a wild ride. They're just like making out on stage at points, just craziness.
Jeez.
Yep.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
I can't really attest to that. I mean. I think we're going to be seeing Sean Layden come out. Probably him doing his normal shirt gimmick that he's been doing.
Oh, what is just wear like?
He teases new video games by wearing a shirt.
Oh,
so like when they announced the year before they announced Crash Bandicoot, he wore a Crash shirt.
And nobody knew.
No one knew. Okay. Or like actually he did one for God of War. It was like no one knew. He just wore a God of War shirt and like no one thought that. And then in 2016 they announced God of War. He did that in 2015.
Some people eventually picked up on the
pattern. So now it's like just a thing. So like he wore a Crash Bandicoot shirt before they announced the Insane trilogy. And the year before, and he that was one of the odd ones because like. Who wears Crash Bandicoot? Like now, like
Sean Layden does.
I'm talking about before that game became before the game.
I'm
came
sure
out.
Someone somewhere does.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's fans.
Probably less of a crowd.
There's fans of that game, but I'm just talking about like I haven't seen Crash Bandicoot shirts or anything like that.
Well,
like,
I just see them now.
Exactly. But that's what I mean. Like before that, I'm like, you're wearing a Crash Bandicoot shirt. Why are you wearing? Does that mean you're announcing a new Crash game? And like it was. Oh man, it was rad.
Well, now we know what to look for, I suppose.
I guess so, because that would be something.
PlayStation needs to hurry up, though. I'm getting impatient. I want to see it.
I know. That's definitely. Ah! There you are.
All right.
Found it.
All right.
Found it right here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up.
How is there already almost 9,000 people watching it? Like it wasn't even on before. I guess unless there's just as many people fucking waiting for it as us.
Probably.
You better full screen that.
Well, I definitely will. I got it on sound. I got that. I'm gonna go. Well, if I full screen that, I can't see.
Well, do whatever you need to do.
I will do what I need to do.
Because they need to see it too.
I'm aware.
Yeah?
I'm aware. But do you, like, they're going to just see
I'm waiting
screen.
For you. Waiting on you. Waiting on you.
Yeah, so, but again, I know that it's been a little bit. So, have you been playing more Sekiro?
I did, yeah. I was fighting this one of the earlier ogres because like I'm taking my time in the earlier levels just to buff up. And like, oh my god, dude, I was like spanking him too. Like, I mean, he was, he's kind of a slower, lumbering opponent, but I was like avoiding everything, getting in good hits. I got one death blow. I almost killed him, but dude, oh my god, I was so pissed when I died. But that's like what those games are known for. Like, you'll be that close, and then they'll just whip something out. Luckily, I went and got the flame attachment because like all like a lot of the like boss enemies, anything with like red eyes, like fire is like it does good damage, but it's also like they're afraid of it. So like it's the only thing that'll make them like back off, and like you can also get burning damage on. But when I didn't do, which I'm going to do the next time that I fight him, is I totally forgot that I got like this stockpile of oil, and so I'm just gonna douse him in oil, and then. Because he starts chained to, like, a thing, and then he breaks off of it when you get close enough.
Yeah.
So I burn him before he gets off, but I want to douse him in oil while he's, like, not moving. And then I'm just really going to burn him, because I only get so many shots with the fire before it's depleted. And then I just got to, do it the old-fashioned way, which isn't too bad, because, like, he's, like, this big, like, he has his hands cupped together, he just kind of, like, slams at you, just kind of like a big, lumbering opponent.
Nice.
But I'm definitely going to, destroy him.
That's got to be fun.
Oh, it's a good so time, fun. Man.
Oh man, but yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I've actually.
And then in DMC, I was like, dude, I fought have you beaten it, right?
What?
DMC 5.
Oh yeah, I've beaten all of it.
All right, so like the one boss where you get the motorcycle right after it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was fighting him, dude. I was doing so well. I almost went the whole round, like, without taking a single hit. I was just dodging and hitting him. Like, it was only near the end where he, like, got a few hits on me.
Oh, nice.
I think so. So it's like after playing... I think it's after playing Sekiro and having to be so precise, like, all of, like... The Devil May Cry combat is just much more forgiving, and I'm just like demolishing this dude because he just can't even hit me because I'm all just dodging and striking.
So good.
It's a good time.
That's so good. Oh man, we talked about it on our last episode of Dual Shocked when we talked about the Google Stadia and the state of play. But like, I love Devil May Cry 5. It's so good. Just like when you play as Dante and you have like when you earn the motorcycle, I love that.
I haven't used it yet.
Oh, you haven't?
I just got it. Like I did that before I came over.
Oh, dude, it's so fun
because it looks fun.
When you take the parts of the motorcycle,
right?
there are ways you just kind of grind into. So you hold down the square and triangle when you're doing your combos, and you are just like laying into them. Like, it's.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to use it because it gave me a little description on like what it was going to do, and like I remember seeing like some of that in the trailer, and I've just been like waiting to get my hands on it.
Yeah, like the game Devil May Cry 5 is just so over the top, and it's just ridiculous, and I love it. I love how over the top it is. Like
that's what set it apart from pretty much like everything. Like I mean, there's other games like it, but there is it was like the hack and slash, like even the characters, it's all comical and all that good stuff, fun stuff.
Yeah, like Devil May Cry 5 is so good. It's so good. It has like a few problems, but it's nothing that like makes the game bad.
Well, yeah, but what game doesn't have a few problems?
True.
Other than a From Software game.
Of course.
Dude, their game, honestly, I feel like they're one of the best developers ever.
Really? Because
their games are just like, they have they're not only very well put together and look good and all the basic fundamentals, but like, they have like, and they're like punishingly difficult, but like you still like have the ability through practice to like, and there's like little secrets everywhere. They have like, they have this ability to create these mysterious like worlds that just like, you just love to like explore different nooks and crannies because you never know you could find like a passage somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Or like one little thing will like, as an example in like Bloodborne, like you get this letter at a certain point, and by like doing using a certain thing by this one obelisk, it just like opens up this entire other like separate level, just like one little like thing you'd never think about, just getting an item. And it's like there's just a lot of care and thought put into all of the different avenues you can take and all of the little hidden things that you can try and find.
Would you rather see a Dark Souls 4 or a Bloodborne
2? But just because I like Dark Souls as well. I played a little bit of the first one and a little bit of the third one, and they're solid, but I like Bloodborne like far more as far as like the gameplay and like the
you like how it's all about
it's
get in there.
Well, it's also like it's very steeped in Lovecraftian like lore, which he's like my favorite author, so that whole world is just much more like down my alley. Not to say that Dark Souls doesn't also have things of that nature, and it's still a fantastic game. It's just Bloodborne appeals to me a little bit more, and its combat system is a little bit more fun for me with like the trick weapons and such. But yeah, I would rather, if I had to pick between the two, I'd rather see Bloodborne 2.
Yeah, because I know how much you were oozing over Call of Cthulhu.
Well, it was great. Yeah, it was. I mean, and that was a solid game. It definitely doesn't have the kind of combat that Bloodborne does, but it was an amazingly good narrative game for what it was.
Yeah, I'm ready to see more exclusives from PlayStation, like getting some new IPs like
Borderlands 3.
Oh, they announced it here. That's. Ooh. I mean, because that's like one of the things that I have noticed. Like, Devil May Cry 5 was shown off at Xbox's floor, not PlayStation. There were a lot of Metro Exodus, same thing. There were a lot of like third-party games that were shown on Microsoft's floor. But now with PlayStation going like, yep, it's just us. If they can get third parties to show off here and just here,
sure, that
would be really smart. Because then, because people think, oh, when you think of a Call of Duty game, you think PlayStation now. Or, like, even better, Destiny. Destiny has been just with PlayStation ever since it came out. So that, like, people buy it more on PlayStation than they do on Xbox. Because, when I think Destiny, I think PlayStation.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Well, any game made by Capcom or anything like that, automatically, I think, like, with, like, Devil May Cry, Resident Evil, automatically makes me think, like, Sony. Because that's, like, I'm still surprised Kingdom Hearts came out on Xbox. I honestly am. Like, I never saw that coming. It was a smart move because it's not like I support the console war or anything.
Yeah.
I'd rather, I would be totally fine with every game coming out on everything, because that only benefits everybody.
Yeah.
It would cease the need to have to pick between systems, and you would pick it solely based on, other criteria like aesthetic or power, memory, as opposed to the games that you have to choose from.
I think what we've seen with the console space is that exclusives kind of like I was watching a video earlier today about how like now the PC space that's why people are getting upset at the Epic Game Store because of it's smart business sense. It's smart in business sense for them to go, yeah, Obsidian only on us, only on the Epic Game Store. This game is only on here. And people are getting mad because Steam has been like the only launcher on PC, and now people are getting upset. And now what you're doing is that you're just cutting off every other road and going, you have to do this. And that either people are saying like, oh, boycott this and I don't know, like, I understand why people are upset because it was like, hey, it's going to be on Steam, but then you go backwards and then you say it's going to be here.
Sure. Also, Neo 2.
Ooh, that would be rad if they showed that off here.
Because it was announced, like, I think it was, like, last E3 or something like that. It was announced that it was being worked on, which is a surprise, because I haven't beaten it, but it's definitely a super solid, like, Souls-type game, but, like, its combat system is, like, far more in depth. There's a lot more you can do with it. There's different weapon styles, different stances that allow you to do different things with those, and I really liked it. I mean, Sekiro is like gonna pretty much like be that, and DMC are like what I'm playing right now, and until like MK11 comes out. But even then, like, oh man, honestly I can't wait for this. Like, 'cause this is gonna be great. But as soon as I get home, I'm just gonna pop in Sekiro and play more.
That's right now at the top of your list for the year right now.
Yeah, it's like what I want to be doing right now.
Yeah, I get you.
But this is important.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we're only minutes, not even that. We're like 2 or less minutes for it to start. So, but yeah, I mean, like it'll be very interesting when we come to, like, when we have to talk about Game of the Year, because, I mean, we reviewed Kingdom Hearts, and we thought highly of it, even though I think, in hindsight, it was, there were a few problems that
Story-wise, there were issues. The game itself
was great, but story-wise...
Yeah, like, I think, we definitely had some rose-colored glasses on, but, like, yeah, I mean... It's still, I still stand by that I think it was a very fun game, but it's also a game that realistically I don't know how long it's going to be till I actually play it again and revisit it, just because
honestly until that DLC hits.
Yeah, that would probably be the only thing that
like I can see honestly Sekiro is going to be definitely in our talks.
I wouldn't be surprised if they released DLC for Sekiro too after a few months. Because like it's already a game of the year contender. Like everybody fucking loves it.
Yep, and I would definitely even say Devil May Cry 5. A lot of people say it's the best Devil May Cry game.
Well, I mean that's not surprising given the fact that it's it has so much new technology going for it,
and it's back to form because people were mad about DMC.
I like DMC.
I know, me too.
The story, I mean, it wasn't amazing, but I thought it was entertaining. It was kind of funny. Like, but yeah, like the combat system was great in that game. I had a blast playing that game.
It's everything.
And the music was amazing.
Oh yeah,
like the music, dude. Noisia, my favorite all-time electronic artist, did all the boss themes. I have that album. Like, it's amazing. I listened to it by itself.
Just transferring over. We're going to go ahead and pull it to full screen now, and it should be starting anytime. But we're going to continue talking until we go. But yeah. So it should be starting anytime now. So. But you can still see us in the corner.
Yeah, we'll be in the corner.
We're in the corner.
Where it counts.
We're
in the corner because we were bad.
All alone in my corner in my own little... Never mind.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go!
Let's see what we got.
What?
That's not going to bleed onto the mic.
I don't think so. Oh, whoa, what happened here? Whoa, did it just... Hold up, whoa.
Oh, shit. Good start. Maybe it's planned.
Here we go. Let's
give it a refresh.
Let's refresh this. Here we go.
To these company meetings. You cannot run your past.
Friday, tell me I didn't just imagine that.
Negative, sir. Sir, incoming!
Whoa!
I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
I don't know if we missed an important word.
I don't know yet. No way! No way! What?
Sir, hostiles inbound.
God dang it! Ah!
Just hit F5.
Oh, thank you.
Your gosh darn internet connection.
God dang it.
Screwing with us here.
Oh man.
Above you.
Probably a VR game.
Oh
Just
man.
like, yeah, this definitely got.
This is a VR game.
Iron Man
Oh
VR.
my god.
I have a plan, Dutch.
Yep.
Oh god, yes.
Well,
Suit
so
up.
They started straight up with just the trailer.
Welcome to State of Play, a look ahead to the future of PlayStation. Throughout the year,
Oh Jesus Christ.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's your connection or theirs.
I don't know. Oh Jesus. I apologize for this. Wow.
next, a fan favorite announces extra goodies for PS4 players. Let's take a look.
All right.
More Crash Team Racing.
Never actually played Crash Team Racing.
Oh, dude, me and my brother played this all the time.
No, I've heard it's good.
Oh, man.
I like that cityscape.
Oh, it's great.
That's dope.
That's great. It's so dope. Oh, man, come on now.
Is this? I don't know if this is on our end or theirs though.
I have no idea.
I can't. I mean, you can tell us in the comments. I can't tell which one is the issue here.
I would probably think that it would be us, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's on their end with how
many
people are trying to watch this. Let me refresh this. I apologize for this. God, Jesus.
Yeah, we need some divine intervention.
The popular kart racer is due out June 21st. Now, let's shift gears. Next up, the team at Hello Games beams us an update from the world of No Man's Sky.
Cool setup they got.
Yeah.
Levers.
So it allows you to kind of go through that.
Oh.
Ooh, PSVR. Oh, they're going to be adding a PSVR mode to No Man's Sky.
Oh shit. That'd be cool.
That's rad. I like that. I will definitely say they definitely came out with big guns.
Oh yeah.
Like, dude, Iron Man in PSVR, that's rad. That's rad.
That's a cool concept, no doubt.
Like, I never thought that I would want that so hard. I really really like this. I like the look. I like Jesus.
I wonder if it'll be a separate game or if it's actually just gonna like be like an addition to the existing game, like a mode.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Oh God, Jesus.
The computer's internet sucks.
Come on,
Upcoming game
Jesus.
from PlayStation's Worldwide Studios and developer Robot Entertainment.
Alright.
You're seeing first gameplay of Ready Set Heroes.
Never heard of
This is a fast-paced multiplayer dungeon crawler that packs a big twist. Choose from multiple playable characters,
fun game.
then launch into a randomly chosen dungeon to
I do
slay
like
monsters,
dungeon crawlers
dodge
that you play with
traps, and
another
collect
friend.
mountains of loot.
Like Gauntlet.
Now, here's the twist. You're actually competing against an opposing team who's racing through an identical dungeon.
Oh, cool.
Reaching the end of the dungeon will trigger a winner-take-all arena brawl. The faster you progress
so you're
through the
trying to get to
dungeon,
the end,
the
and then
more
when you get to
powerful
the end,
you'll
you
be
fight
when
each
it's time
other.
to throw down.
cool.
Ready
Oh,
Set
that's really
Heroes
cool.
had us hooked from the moment we picked up the controller. The combat feels crunchy, and the loot flows like water. The final game is expected to
From
support up
Robot
to 4
Entertainment.
players
That's
across
new.
online
I haven't heard of them.
multiplayer
I'll have
and
to look
local
that
split
up.
screen. Sounds like perfect party game material. Look for Ready
Perfect
Set
party
Heroes
game
to hit
material.
PS4 later this year.
You heard it here.
Next, let's get an update on the eagerly awaited PlayStation VR game first announced at Paris Games Week.
Ryan Marks. SES.
I'm trying to
no
remember
match
this
one.
one.
You're facing
Oh,
multiple
from
life
Studio London.
sentences. Conspiracy. Arson. More murders than we could even count.
He has my interest.
I just want to know what went down.
My name is Ryan Marks. I'm a soldier. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my day job. But it's always nice to come home. Spend some time with the family. Mum,
Oh, for God's sake, what did I tell you?
see some culture.
Nice use of that Special Forces stealth there, mate.
Taking the sights. Let's get inside and find out what it's like. Catch up with some old friends.
Think of it as a merger. Apart from you. You can f off back to the army.
Is that it?
I think I broke a window.
Tony's been approaching some of our people.
What are we looking for then? Clues, evidence, anything that tell us what Tony's up to. Got it.
We need to push back hard or we're finished.
A game like this would make me want to consider
I'm trying to remember, like, they said it was shown
Average
on Paris
weekend,
Games
really.
Week. Oh, Blood and Truth. Nice, that looks cool.
PlayStation VR heavyweight Blood and
Yeah.
Truth finally has a confirmed release date, May 28th. That's just around the corner. In fact, PlayStation VR players have a lot to get excited about this year. Here's a look at the next wave of PlayStation VR titles slated for 2019.
Stuff because it's kind of been dwindling and because there hasn't been much coming out.
A bit. I mean, there have been some good games. There have been some good games on it, but nothing where I'm like, oh, I need this. It's really only been like
Look, it's another VR game.
Mini Mech Mayhem, Jupiter and Mars. Looks cool. Falcon Age. Oh, cool. Oh, Trover Trover. Yeah, they show this off at E3. This is the game made by the makers of Rick and Morty.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was gonna say that's what it reminded me of.
That's exactly what it is. Golf. Table of Tales. Oh, it's like a odd strategy game.
That'd be dope.
That's rad.
I would play that on VR.
Oh, Vacation Simulator. Awesome.
You're a great human resource.
Alright, what do we got?
What's that?
Okay. That's audio at least. Almost there. Just a sec. There we go.
From Devolver.
Very good, Sam. Sam, give me
Stories
assistance
untold.
diagnostic.
I don't know what that
Me neither.
What is going on? We need the crew.
Dead Space VR.
I know you're all afraid of what is happening. To the station.
That looks good.
Yeah.
Captain.
And quite right too.
Oh my god.
I just want you to know. Whatever happens next.
Sam?
It's time.
What?
You have to take us there.
Observation.
Looks interesting.
Huh. Interesting. May 21st.
Science fiction thriller Observation is coming soon to PS4, and it's bringing some serious development talent to its unusual and haunting premise.
Which is
Our
what?
next game is a frightening new installment in a fan-favorite series.
Oh, God, no.
Alright, you can tune out for this one, folks.
Oh, God.
Of course they... Well, I
No,
got
come on now.
a VR
Oh,
version
wait. MatPat made a video about this. They're now announcing this. There's a video that MatPat from Game Theory made about Help Wanted, where this is you're a mechanic who worked at Sister Location.
Okay.
Like,
well, it's a VR game, which makes sense. Like, I mean, now that
this is the only way to play this game. Like, honestly, that's what people want. Five Nights at Freddy VR. Help Wanted. Yep, MatPat is correct.
Well, there you go.
Steel Wool Studios.
Jump scare simulator.
Here's some first footage.
Yep.
You'll try to survive different levels from the original games, as well as all new nightmares.
Okay. So just be aware.
Has picked up some unwanted friends. To clear the infestation, apply the Fazbear Entertainment Rest.
Jeez.
Five Nights at Freddy's VR, Help Wanted, is the first virtual reality game in the Five Nights universe. And it's coming to PlayStation VR this spring.
I want a Silent
Next,
Hill VR.
let's get a new look
That
at a
would be
gorgeous
dope.
adventure coming soon to PS4
You don't even like
from
scary
PlayStation's worldwide.
No, but I do
studios.
agree with you. Like just in a general sense. This though, I'm excited for this.
What is it?
I believe. Oh God, they showed this off. I believe at a PAX. Oh, I can't remember the name of it, but I remember seeing trailers and I was like, oh, this looks so rad.
This makes me just want to play Sekiro.
This just makes me want to play Sekiro.
Every time I look at a game now. By the way, that katana letter opener is really sick.
I know.
It works like a charm.
Oh, what's this?
Oh, what's this
Your
now?
little coloring book?
Give me that.
No.
Bully 2.
Don't even. When you can't find any friends.
You become the protagonist and enter a secret world where you're going to be given magical abilities.
You
Which
might
is
have
why
to
you don't
make
want
some.
it. Yeah. Sick. Is that a paintbrush?
Yeah. Yeah, so like the whole thing is yeah, the
That's cool.
Whoa.
I like
You're alive?
yeah, so like you create monsters and like you play through the game like this.
Getting a real where the wild things are vibe here.
Mm-hmm.
To do that?
That'd be a cool VR game.
Yeah.
To paint this whole town back to life.
Okay. I like the visual style.
Yeah.
Curious as to what the main premise is.
It's kind of
a puzzle game.
Yeah, yeah. It's like a platform puzzle game. Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Splatoon 3.
Oh my God.
What is this town? Why is this kid the only kid? Like,
why are these the
there's
only
like
kids?
no parents and like just all this random crap going on. Like, what's the deal here?
No idea.
If I leave now, that darkness will just come back here. I can't let that happen.
Oh.
Oh boy. Yeah, Concrete Genie. That was it. I don't remember the freaking name. Yeah, like it was shown as one of like the little like indie games made, but it's made.
Well, I
in-house,
can tell
but,
it's
like,
an indie game. It's got the vibe. It almost has like a Telltale aesthetic.
Concrete Genie is a creative new adventure from developer Pixel Opus. And today, we can also confirm the game will feature a PlayStation VR mode. More
I was going to say, I'd be very surprised if it didn't. That game, like, begs
Up next, an update from the dangerous world of Days Gone.
This game I'm excited for.
Yeah, I'm on the fence about it. I do want to try it, but I'm not sure yet.
We still wore the colors. All this time out in the freak show when shit like this didn't matter anymore. When we wrote out a farewell without Sarah, I knew that we were leaving everything behind.
What did you do?
Everything that mattered was gone.
Folks here in a lot of pain, Deke. You find his stash. You bring it to me. To me, Deke. You do that, we'll see what we can do for you.
Deke, bro. And I know what kind of man he is. What he's done. He done any worse than you? Ricky? How about me?
You're afraid to be here. You're afraid to be a part of something. We need you here, and that scares the hell out of you. We have to look out for each other.
That is all we got. You could have saved a few lives.
There was no hope, there was no time, there was no room, okay? We'd already turned on each other right when the hordes arrived.
Hope you're right about your old lady, Deke. You gotta ask yourself, what does it matter if everyone else is dead?
Yep, Days Gone. Yep.
The fact that you can ride a motorcycle is what's got me most intrigued.
Days Gone is just 1 month away, so let's take a peek at some new gameplay. Days Gone is set in a harsh and unforgiving world populated by roving bandits and flesh-eating freakers. As bounty hunter Deacon St. John, you'll upgrade your bike, scavenge weaponry, and toss Molotov cocktails, all in a bid to stay one step ahead of certain death. And you'll need all the firepower you can find when you face off with the game's more powerful freakers, like this Breaker. But in Days Gone, your wits might be your greatest weapon. Why take on a heavily guarded enemy encampment when you can lure in a freaker horde and let them handle the dirty work? We can't wait to see the screens and videos you share when Days Gone launches on April 26th.
Like, I wish enemies could damage
Before we go, let's get one more update from the gang at NetherRealm Studios.
This is gonna be something. You got more Mortal Kombat.
I'm next. Hollywood.
Oh.
Like a young version.
Go back to the 90s.
Nope, it's still old, man. It's okay.
I like the music.
Our future, Liu Kang. It is insane.
Past meets present. Yeah. Oh. Oh, boy. Man. Oh, this game is going to be so good.
I know.
Yeah, Jax.
Messed up.
Hang back, kid. How about we keep this between me, myself, and I?
Oh, that's cool.
He's gonna get us killed.
So it's gonna be like, wow.
That's kind of a cool concept.
That is a cool concept.
That was easy.
Yeah, no.
I'm excited for the story mode.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're seeing right here. Is kind of like more of the story.
I do my own stunts. You? I got people for that. Poser.
That's great. I love it. Oh man, I love it. Oh, I can't wait.
Well, just mainly also because it's a fighting game and like Mortal
Series
Kombat.
veterans Jax, Kung Lao, and Liu Kang are joining the ever-growing Mortal Kombat 11 lineup. And stay tuned, NetherRealm is promising more updates before launch on April 23rd. Well, that's a wrap on our very first episode of State of Play.
All right.
This was just the beginning. We'll be back throughout the year to share new announcements, first look trailers, and other updates from the world of PlayStation.
That was very bare bones, but
see you soon, and thanks for watching.
I like it.
That was good. That was good. I think. All right, let's move on out. I know in the beginning it was a bit rough, but let's go ahead and pull it back to us now. So bonk. Yeah, wow. So, opens really well. I'd opened really hard with Iron Man VR.
As a student of graphics, it was very well put together. The animations, they just had the slivered, here's this game. They had,
It honestly,
the woman coming in just talking about it.
It's honestly not even gonna lie. This honestly is a play. It really was just a play. They took out playbooks out of Nintendo. Even if you look at Nintendo, they have the you have the bar
Sure.
and you can see.
Well, this is only the first episode, so I have no doubt that they'll probably do other stuff because when Nintendo first started doing it, they didn't start off with the the wackiness or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think it was cool. Obviously, I don't have a VR, which I think a big chunk of that was VR for the most part, which is cool.
Honestly, I think almost every game there except the final two.
Yeah.
The final two were only PS4, but every other game had a VR mode or was a VR game.
Right.
Which, as their first one, honestly, that's probably the best way to go.
Yeah, just because like I said, the VR, they're trying to keep it alive, and it's they're just showing you it wasn't a waste of money to get. Because not that there isn't stuff coming out for it that isn't good, but it's definitely the hype is gone for that.
Yeah,
and it's been out.
And
for a while.
I won't lie, because I have a PSVR myself. I love that thing, and I do not regret my purchase of that. But there is just something about me coming home from work or a long day and just I just want to grab my controller, press the PS button, and go.
Yeah.
And I think that's because we've been so attuned and channeled on that. That was only actually I just realized that was only 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That was only 20 minutes. So not bad. Wow. But even with the PSVR, there's something that we're so used to. One of the big reasons why I bought the PSVR in the first place was the cinematic mode. I could play any video game, regardless of what it is. I could play Assassin's Creed, I could play Sekiro, I could play anything in VR. But then if you do it like that, it's like a big huge movie screen on your VR.
That's what I've never tried a game that way, but that's what I've heard it can do.
And I've done that before in a few games, but it's just so much easier for me to just go. Click done.
Less steps involved. Mm-hmm. But as far as again, I don't have a VR. All of those things, a lot of those look cool. That dungeon crawler looks pretty interesting. That looks like a real fun party game. The Ready Battle Heroes. I think it was, something like that.
Yeah. We saw more of CTR, which was great.
Yeah.
I've already been excited for that game, and I think it's very good for them to show that one off.
Days Gone definitely has more interest for me now. I didn't really know too. I knew about it, but that looks like a solid game that I'll probably want to pick up. Obviously, the Mortal Kombat trailer was probably my favorite thing. They showed a lot of good story stuff, and the concept of because they had mentioned that past characters would be involved, but that's the part of the story, them confronting their and how crazy it is from then to now. I'm curious to see how that's gonna play out.
Yeah. You have Concrete Genie, which that's a game that
as far as aesthetics go,
I remember them announcing and showing that off. They didn't it was only just a little mini trailer, kind of a part of they had a little bit of all those indie games, not big ones. A VR mode for No Man's Sky.
Yeah, that's cool.
That
I can't believe that's. I never even thought about it because I never got No Man's Sky. But that seems like that would be an awesome
I am honestly very happy with Hello Games. Really, one, sticking to it. Two, PlayStation telling them you're going to work on this game. And that was something that PlayStation gave them the time to fix that game.
Sure.
Because that game came out and did not live up to any of the promises that they said, because it was one of those it was too far in the future for them to be able to do that. Now that why they call it No Man's Sky Next, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where now it's kind of like a living, breathing world now. It's easier to like randomly generate things, and it's not as repetitive. There's more to do, and then adding a VR mode to that, especially when you're jumping from planet to planet, you get your ship, and all of it is still in that perspective.
Now that I think about it, I would love a Mass Effect VR.
Ooh, yeah, that would be
just like a VR game just set in the Mass Effect universe. Like, that would be cool for the same reasons.
Who knows if EA is going to let BioWare give them the time of
I don't know, man, but I'd be curious about the intimate scenes in VR and how that would work.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
Like you'll just see a little bit on your screen before like you'll be cut off or something.
Yeah.
Dialogue tree. You can, like pick what you want to say.
We had they showed off the little like strategy game. They showed off a little.
Yeah, that strategy game looks dope. I don't have VR, but that looks sick because I'm a big fan of XCOM and stuff. So games like that I really like.
Mm-hmm. I mean that was a really good show. That was a really good show.
It was brief, but it did a good job at kind of showing a few things coming out. I wish it wasn't as VR heavy only personally, just because I don't have one, but that's still solid. I'm glad.
Would you get a VR though? Would you actually, with what we've seen on this state of play?
I would get one. It's just it basically comes down to the fact that I just don't have $300 to just drop on a VR headset. I have other payments that are more.
I understand.
That's the main reason I don't have one. Mm-hmm. It's just because I just don't. I can afford one, but it's not something I need to spend that money on.
But would that be something that would you?
I have to spend I just had to spend $300 to fix my car.
Oh, jeez.
So that's where that money.
Yeah, I get you. But like just say for instance, you save up. Maybe
I would definitely get one. I plan on getting one.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that they showed that definitely stuff that I would that one Blood and Truth. Yeah. That looks sick. I would get a VR to play that.
In Studio London, I believe, if I'm not wrong, I actually want to go ahead and go into my collection here. I want to see. Yeah, Studio London did. This is it's kind of like the demo disc. But really, it's not. It's PSVR Worlds. Studio London give this.
A little bit of it.
Honestly, I don't consider this as a demo disc. Really, this is honestly a full up and down game. The best, there's 5 unique games in there, and the game in there is the London Heist, and I believe that's gonna be London Heist? That's the game.
Yeah. But with way more to it. Exactly. It's more fleshed out like a full game.
Yep. So I because it looked very similar to PSVR Worlds, and I wanted to be I think Studio London did that, and yeah. So that's gonna be rad. That's definitely gonna be good. Just you get the Heist, the video game, full up and down, 8-hour campaign in VR, or even if it's 6 or 4 in VR. I'd be happy with that. And then they what was it? There was another game they were adding a VR mode to.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh yeah. What do you? There's a.
I honestly don't care because I nothing against. It's the FNAF series just doesn't appeal to me. I like horror, but it's just the story's not that interesting to me. I like games with more of a Silent Hill, Resident Evil vibe than. Animatronics.
I think them having FNAF help FNAF VR.
I'm not saying it won't be fun to play. It won't be spooky, but it's just I don't.
But do you think with I think with the state of play, honestly, it's if there was a subtitle to this, it would be the state of play. VR. Why you should buy a PSVR. That was the whole thing.
And though it was short, I don't know what their schedule and how often they'll be releasing these things either. So maybe it's short on purpose, 20 minutes, and then they'll do another. It's just slowly updating.
Well, mind you, a lot of the Nintendo Directs outside of the E3 one, because the E3 one is about half an hour to 45 minutes, maybe an hour.
Sure.
Where all their Nintendo, for instance, the Pokemon one was about 20 minutes. Was about
Well, yeah, if it's on a specific game, I'm sure there's only so much you can say.
But that's why I had a Nintendo Direct, or when they did one for Smash, that was another 15 to 20 minutes, or that kind of thing, where they focused on one game. This one, where they really focused on a bunch of different games, all of them VRX out of I think 3 of them. and those three were all games that either we're already excited for or like about. CTR, Days Gone, and
just like
Mortal
more
Kombat.
information, which is fine. Like, I mean, since they're not out yet, more information.
Yeah, and like honestly, you even said so before. You now have more information on Days Gone. You're now more excited for Days Gone.
Well,
like,
yeah, seeing the gameplay is what I was kind of waiting for, and it looks like the kind of gameplay that I would enjoy.
Yeah, because before the next trailer, you were talking about how you like it that you can have other enemies attack. Like you can have
that's one small thing that I appreciate because it adds another element of strategy to your fighting. Like when you can do things like that.
Yeah,
you could just basically using the environment to your advantage.
Yeah, I definitely do like that. There have been people who have actually already got hands-on playing of Days Gone.
Sure.
Like Robin Gaming, shout out to him, and a few others. And what they have said before is that when they played it, it's not like it was bad. Like it wasn't bad at all. They had it was fine, but there was something missing. It felt like another open world game.
Right.
I saw that. I'm like, that's interesting. Because for me personally, I love Sony Bend. I love Uncharted Golden Abyss on the Vita. That's probably one of my favorite Vita games. And now they have a full up and down PS4 game that they're working on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm kind of excited, is because for the studio itself, I want to see what this studio has to offer as like a main title PS4 game. And hearing that it's just Robin Gaming and a few others, they were like, it kind of feels like an open world game.
Sure.
I was like, that's interesting. It doesn't change the fact that I'm excited for this game at all. Like I'm ready to. I'm getting the collector's edition, all of that. I'm excited for this game regardless. But I do find it that interesting where it's like, it's kind of it's the Ubisoft style of like, sure, there's a bunch of stuff on the map and you can do all of this stuff and it's just open. And I think maybe hearing about that, maybe that's why they did that event, and so that way they can do some polishing, because the game hasn't gone gold yet. It hasn't gone gold yet, at least not to my knowledge. So probably hearing this, they can kind of tweak some things, fix some things, so that way maybe not like a new overall, but maybe you can add different gameplay elements and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, and it's not out yet, so I'm sure that they might, and again, with the day, like with how games work now, it's like even if it releases without something, there could be one patch away from adding, something else.
Yep.
So it doesn't concern me too much when games release like you can't expect it to be in its full state outside of certain circumstances. A game like Sekiro, for instance.
But
it's because is there an online component to Days
Gone? No, it's a single player only game.
Okay.
There's no online to that.
I'm surprised. I figured a game like that there would be where you could team up, but I suppose it's because of the story.
Honestly, because Sony Bend is doing this with when Naughty Dog did The Last of Us, they added a multiplayer element to Last of Us, which I thought was going to just feel tacked on, but it's not. It's actually its own thing, and it's really fun. It's very interesting. It's not like even the Uncharted multiplayer.
I haven't played either of the multiplayer.
The Uncharted multiplayer is pretty much, it's a third-person action shooter.
Okay, sure.
Take the Crucible in Destiny or Call of Duty or whatever. It's not a Twitch shooter, but it definitely has that feel of other enemies are running around, you have to go kill them, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Where with and then in Uncharted 3 they added power ups and stuff like that. Really, really fun. Really, really, I love it. That multiplayer is fantastic. But in Last of Us, the multiplayer for that one is definitely very much like the single player game, where you only have X amount of shivs and bullets, and you have to find them, you have to scavenge them. It's more, there's more strategy involved. In the Last of Us multiplayer. But I think the reason why Ben didn't do a multiplayer, or at least not that I know of, is that way they can focus on getting the world, the single player story, all of that solid set. So that way, if this game is successful and there is a Days Gone 2, then if they want to, then they can add a multiplayer to that. Because that's kind of what happened with Uncharted. Uncharted 1 was a just single player game, and then Uncharted 2 added the multiplayer to that. So that's very interesting. But yeah, I
that's pretty much all I got.
Yeah, I mean, there was just a good number of VR games. I'm really excited for Iron Man, that Marvel Iron Man. Marvel is doing a fantastic job when it comes to, like, I know their movies, everyone knows their movies are great. I'm excited for Endgame, but, like, man, their video games, they're doing so well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Marvel Spider-Man, amazing game. Like,
and they're not coming out with a lot of them, but it's the ones that it's like a case of quality over quantity.
That's right. Like, the way they're choosing about how
who to do, and
yeah.
I want a new Hulk game though. I do.
That would be,
I want Ultimate Destruction 3 or something.
I get you. I understand. But like you have Marvel Spider-Man, you have Ultimate Alliance 3, which is going to be on the Switch, which that's going to be rad. Now you have Iron Man VR. That's so cool.
And I mean, now that it's like it seems like such an obvious idea too.
I never thought I would have wanted that. You know,
that's what I was saying earlier too. It's like I don't like. There's gonna be things I don't know that I want when it comes to like new games. Like it's like only when I see it to be like, yep, that's something I need.
And honestly, if I didn't have a PSVR, like that one hands down. Like I'm like they chose games that really make you want to buy the PSVR. Like I really do hope that people who have watched this and seen this do want to buy the PSVR because of these games.
Sure.
And this is coming from someone who owns the PSVR, and as I said, the only reason why I don't use it as often is only because there is just something we've been indoctrinated to just pick up a controller and go. But honestly, and that was one of the problems that we kind of started talking during the State of Play, is that, you know, there's not enough VR games. There's a lot of them. There's tons of them, and there's tons of good ones. But there needs to be some that can appeal to like the mainstream audience. Like Work Simulator is amazing, and that's a digital game. Like Resident Evil 7 was a big reason to get PSVR. Sure. But and there's over I think over 200, 300 or plus. There's tons of VR games to be able to be used on PSVR. I had no idea
there was that many dedicated VR games.
There's tons of them. Oh. But that's the whole point. You see, you didn't know that there were so many of those VR games, and all of these are like very small developers, small teams, and they're not well known, or they're properties that people don't know about. You know, they're either horror or if they there's a Paranormal Activity VR game. There's a bunch of different VR games based on properties, but I don't think that has been able to burst through. And really seeing this, like FNAF, yes, that's not for me, but that's people are going to buy PSVRs just for that game. Absolutely. And that's going to be a VR only game, and kids and people who love FNAF are going to they're going to spend the $300, get the PSVR, and then get FNAF VR Help Wanted, so that they can continue the story of FNAF, because that's why these people play, and because of the jump scares. They're going to get that game. Iron Man, fantastic choice to go ahead and do that. And then you have all these great different indie games that people who already have No Man's Sky can play in VR.
Yep.
Awesome, I can do that. You have other VR modes included. As we said, the Blood and Rush.
Blood and Truth.
Blood and Truth. Thank you. That game, that's a great game. I would definitely recommend that. That looks like Hitman with
with some Mirror's Edge style jumping around.
Yeah,
it looks.
Oh, that looks good.
You know, it'd be a great game in VR.
What?
Dishonored.
Oh yeah, that would be great. You had the game from Devolver Studio with the space station Observation.
Yeah, that looks interesting.
That looks really cool.
I like space horror, so.
We had that very first game where the stream was killing itself.
Yeah.
Do you remember what that was called?
Wait, which one?
The very first one.
That was Iron Man.
Oh, that was Iron Man. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm losing myself.
That's okay.
Yeah, I think I'm just rambling now, but
yeah, but I mean, it was solid. I don't think there's much more needs to be said, honestly.
Yeah.
But I think it was a cool setup. Depending on the schedule that they have for when they're releasing these, I think that 20 minutes is more than enough to just get out a few trailers.
Yeah, it's the whole. Honestly, it's now we're in it's the whole get in, get out kind of thing.
Yeah. You
get in there, you say your message, this, and bail. and that you're done. And then you can let people like us speculate and talk, and we do the hype train.
Yep.
And and that allows them to be cheaper because it's much cheaper to just have a team of editors. Here's a bunch of stuff. Edit this. Bam. And then you can go ahead and like show that off. Like very well done. Very well done. I'm honestly very happy with this, and I'm really excited. But I will say on the next State of Play, the next one, I think that has to be in the summer. That has to be around, like, I would say late.
I would say they need some bigger titles, too.
Like, this one, I think, was kind of go, here's the PSVR, get excited for the PSVR. And we now got that out of the way. And I think that's really, really smart of them to go, here's VR games, so we know that's not, like, the big thing, and only as...
So we'll start with that.
So let's start with that.
The best for last.
Here's, like, the 2 games you guys are most excited about. Here's Mortal Kombat and Days Gone. Bam!
Yeah. As far as games coming out soon.
So Days Gone comes out like these 2 games come out next month. So like, and that's really smart of them to just go, yeah, these 2 like next month. But now when we come to May, June, as we have stated before on our show, DualShock, they're not going to be at E3. They're not going to be on the show floor. They're not going to have a press conference. Now, mind you, I think that they should at least, maybe they don't have a press conference, but they have like a place on the floor,
right?
So that way they don't give themselves up, Xbox and Nintendo. Because even then, Nintendo doesn't have a press conference, but they have a place on the floor,
right?
Where that's the Nintendo Treehouse. You have the Nintendo Direct, and then you have the Treehouse where people can test out their games. EA and PlayStation have just went, nah, we're not doing that. EA instead is now doing their own, like, come to our building, because their building is, like, in the San Francisco, San Diego area.
Yeah.
And it's near the E3 building. So instead of going to that building, come to our building, and then you can play the games that we want to show off, the new ones, that kind of thing. Awesome, fine. PlayStation, though, we haven't heard anything, and I honestly think PlayStation should just take have a show floor, meaning like you have your demos of whatever new games that you want to show off, so Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us, that kind of stuff there, so that way you're a presence, but you can still do the State of Play as your press conference.
Right.
That's how you can go ahead and get get the word out of what new video games, and then you can go ahead and go here, like, and then you can just go and start knocking it out of the park with here's this game, here's this game, here's this game, here's this. Because now, during E3, they need to say something around that time. Because if not, Microsoft has already said that they might show off new hardware.
Yeah.
New Xbox One hardware. It's not official. There's no trailer, but it has been said they might, under word might, show off new hardware. And if they do, that's going to get people really excited for Xbox. And PlayStation needs to come out the gate and either... If they want to announce the new hardware for the PS5, awesome. If not, you need to show off.
Maybe they're waiting to see what the others do before they decide
and
that's necessary.
That would be fine too.
Right.
I'm just saying, they need to do another State of Play around that time, around early June, like in the summer. I think that's going to be the next one, and that's where we're going to get then we're going to get the long one. We're going to get the half hour to an hour. Long State of Play, and they're just gonna go, all right, here we go, bam, here's all this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I assume, like you said, it's basically just a matter of they just kind of got VR out of the way, mentioned the games that are going to be coming out the soonest, and then I think that they're just going to save all the juicy bits for either the next one or the one after that, depending on when they decide to do it.
I think I don't see one in May, but if we do, awesome. But I honestly think it's going to be. In late May, earliest, in somewhere in June, July, around there.
Summer games,
because then you can get people excited for the games that are coming out in the holidays.
Yep.
And then you can do one in September, do the last one in September, so that way you can get the excitement for all the normal holiday games out there, and then you can go from there.
Yep.
I think we got that. I think
that's about good.
Good, yeah. Final words. This was really good, solid.
Yeah.
It wasn't too big. I mean, again, I personally lost it in the very beginning, but that's definitely how you get. You got me hook, line, and sinker. You got me right there. You open with Iron Man, and then you just continue from there. But really good, really well done. Any final words?
Nope, I think I've said my piece.
Awesome, sweet. Well, thank you guys so much for watching our stream. This will also be posted, this also watch along will be posted on the YouTube channel. So if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel, which is youtube.com/Brotherhood of Geeks. You can also follow us on Facebook, which is facebook.com/The Brotherhood of Geeks. You can also follow us on Twitter at DualShocked.BOG. That's the name of our PlayStation podcast, DualShocked BOG. And then you can also, when we stream on YouTube and Twitch, we also have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Brotherhood of Geeks. And yeah, good state of play.
Indeed.
It was good. Very good. Alrighty then. Well, I'm Brett J. Rasmussen.
I'm Guru Blaz.
And as always, live to play, play together. We'll see you guys next time.